So that whole use it or lose it concept, people really lose sight that it doesn't mean going to a dedicated gym, you know, 4 to 5 times a week for your whole life.
Right.
Use it or lose it simply means don't be a bump on a log. If you happen to have a desk job as a secretary, you spend much of your time sitting still. So you have to make additional efforts to make sure you're going to use those muscles.
Correct.
If it's sitting down or if it's using a bicep curl, something beyond your everyday lifestyle. I want everyone to know that use it or lose it doesn't mean you have to go to a gym. You can do it right there in your own home, in your kitchen, between commercial breaks, while you're watching a TV show or a movie. Let's use those muscles. Let's show them some circuits, in fact.
Let's do it.
There you go, guys. Sheila's boldly wearing those arms out with confidence. You do want to have that same appearance of intentionality, you know, that athletic look or simply capable look. And that comes from simply training those muscles on a routine basis.
Correct.
But you don't have to go to a gym, as we said earlier.
That's right.
In fact, let's show them how you can actually keep those biceps.
Okay.
Keep those biceps and even grow those biceps. A basic bicep curl. Simple pair of dumbbells you can get from any local store. You're just gonna come up with a slight twist. Doesn't have to be crazy heavy at all. You just wanna simply be using those biceps. Because if you're losing them, if you're using them, you're not losing them.
Correct.
So let's keep using them.
Yeah.
I would suggest, let's say, maybe 4 sets, get about 12, 15 reps, or something to fatigue you. That's good enough for biceps. In fact, if you wanna really get something going, you can also work your legs, right? And we all know how important your legs are.
That's right.
Your quadriceps, your hamstrings.
Because we want to get off the toilet when we are in our 80s.
So in fact, because of that aging woman and the importance of her glutes, beyond the look of it, the importance of overall health, so you're gonna have to use those glutes.
Correct.
Those quadriceps.
Yes.
Those hamstrings.
That's right.
Show them a basic squat.
Okay, so basic squat would be legs together, and you can just squat and up and back.
In fact, that's a comfortable place that she went, going super low. Let's show them a modified version of it.
Okay,
let's have them squat down to the bench only.
Okay.
So from here, shoulder width apart, as she said earlier, you're gonna squat down to sit down and back up. Seemingly simple motion, but it's all the world as we age because you'll lose the ability to. Typically here in our lifestyle, we may sit down to our desk and not actually stand up again for 30 minutes to an hour. Well, now I'm intentionally gonna sit down and back up. Sit down and back up 15 times. Dare I say 4 sets. That's 15, 30, 45, 60 times you've sat down and stood back up. You're not gonna lose those muscles because they're using those muscles.
Because you're using them. But one thing I will say, when you sit down and you come up from that squat, squeeze the butt cheeks. That makes you use the quads and the glutes.
Okay, a little more engagement. That's a nice little tip.
Yeah.
Here's another one you can use for your biceps. Let's use the same dumbbells you had a moment ago. Let's do a hammer curl. So instead of coming up with a twist, let's stay like you're hammering something. So it comes up and you hammer it. Here it goes again. I'm still training my biceps in a different way though. If one doesn't feel comfortable, go back to the other style. If they both feel good, use them both. Again, I'm not gonna lose those biceps because I'm actually using those biceps. To use those legs even more, I have a good one.
Okay.
Let's show them a stationary lunge.
Okay.
One leg forward, right leg back, correct? Now watch this. We're gonna drop down and back up. Just comfortable enough to get low, but not too low.
And not fall over.
Okay? You don't have to bring your knee to the ground. Just come down till it's nice and comfortable to you and back up. Now watch this one trick. I'm kind of squeezing her on space. The reason why she kept losing her balance is because she didn't have any space to open her legs. So for you to keep your balance, legs are gonna be shoulder width apart, drag one leg straight behind you. Be very cautious of being in a single line because you're gonna have to balance now. So, nice solid base. Now, let's drop down comfortably.
Oh, that's the difference.
And back up. There it goes. Go deep as you want to. No, you do not have to bring your knee to the ground. So you guys, those motions right there on a routine basis are enough to keep those arms, or specifically biceps, sustained or forever.
Yeah.
And that squatting helps you use those legs.
Yep.
It's also called a compound motion because you're using more than one joint and muscle at the same time here. You don't have to go to a gym. Let's just keep, why am I so winded?
Because you worked out. You using them so you don't lose them.
There it goes. I'm not lying. I use them, so now I'm tired.
There you go.
Back to the point though, you guys. You don't have to be in the gym. Let's just simply use those muscles so we don't lose those muscles.
Yeah.
A common misconception, you have to go to a gym, be dog tired, sweating extra hard, taking all the supplements, loud music, you know, crowded gym with your nice outfit on to work out. You actually don't. We talk about this a ton, especially to our menopausal women.
Yes.
Is that we want to make sure you don't lose those muscles. And I guarantee if you don't use those muscles, you will indeed begin to lose those muscles.
Absolutely.
Simply because if you're not using them, the body has no need to keep them around. But if you begin to use them, it says, uh-oh, I better stay around because she may call me into action.
Yeah.
This approach is important for men and women both, especially our women though.
Yeah.
What is the rate that women lose muscle mass?
Once you reach a certain age, you can lose up to 1% per year.
Wow, 1% per year of muscle mass can be lost.
Yeah.
So to combat that natural downsizing of muscle mass, we want to keep using those muscles. In fact, one step further, the importance of muscle mass is we're talking insulin sensitivity.
Absolutely.
Right? And if you guys understand what insulin is what the pancreas releases to balance out the sugar levels in your blood.
Correct.
This is also, sugar levels, going to be stored in the muscle as glycogen. But the more you use those muscles, the more those muscles will uptake this glycogen and use it. And if you're not actually using that glycogen or that blood sugar levels, it's going to be stored. And for menopausal women, it's stored in that midsection.
There you go. Visceral fat.
Visceral fat, dangerous fat.
Yes.
Men, same thing. You'll store it right there in that center section. So let's make sure we keep ourselves insulin sensitive by keeping muscle mass elevated.
Yes.
Also, keep our fat levels low by simply using those muscles.
Correct.
I'm gonna show you how I can actually train those muscles though without having to go to a gym. Simply grab your dumbbells. Let's start this way.
Let's go.
So one of those motions you can easily do if you're in your office or in your bedroom or in the living room in between TV shows or actually watching a TV show is training your shoulders.
Okay.
Those shoulders are also what makes your arms look good. Nice pair of arms here, right? Let me tell you what you're seeing though. What you're seeing is this. The upper part of her arm, actually you'll turn your arm forward some this way.
Okay.
The upper half of her arm here is her deltoid. It's a front one, it's a side one, and there's a rear one. Let's intentionally train these deltoids so you don't lose those deltoids, shoulder muscles. Here's how we'll do that. Holding on to some simple dumbbells, we'll take them from here. We're gonna press over our head. Easy as that. Yep, coming down to my ear level and then back over. Now I do understand that sometimes your shoulder mobility won't allow that motion to happen. So there's another way to do that. Let's train the side deltoid. Here's what we'll do. Holding on to those dumbbells again, we're gonna raise our arms straight. That's good enough. Going here is fine. I don't want you to fly upward with momentum. Control it, the position, and back down. There you go. Now, there's more deltoids to be trained. Let's do it this way. Hold on to those same dumbbells. Let's raise to the front. Right here at chin or eye level, and then back down. Still training those shoulders. One thing to be mindful of though, is let's make sure we're not using momentum. Here's what momentum looks like. See that swing? That's swinging. Let's instead control the motion. Here and back down. That's a great way to train those shoulders. There's more muscles you can also train while you're actually being mindful of your strength training.
Okay.
Let's show them some triceps, the back of your arm.
Okay.
Check this out, guys. So your triceps are the back of your arm. That's back here. Other side is your biceps. Let's train those triceps here. The position that she's already in, elbows tight into the front. She's gonna extend her arms to the very top and then back down. What she's training right now is the back of her arm. It's also great to keep them nice and full with muscle. That way it doesn't actually begin to flap and wave on you. That's great. Now, being mindful of joint mobility, sometimes this position isn't comfortable. I have another position for you. Let's show them a dumbbell kickback. Falling forward, elbow up, coming straight to the back. And again, you guys, the back of her arm is being trained. Her triceps, another great motion to use those muscles. Good stuff. Nice little demonstration. I don't want to wear you out.
Thank you.
You all, using those muscles is extremely important. As we said earlier, if you don't use them,
You lose them.
you're gonna lose them, simple
right.
as that. Especially if you're a woman of age.
And that is important because as we begin to downregulate that estrogen amount, we're not going to be able to make and store muscle the way we did when we were flush with estrogen, progesterone, testosterone.
There it goes.
Right?
As you begin to age, the hormones you had to build muscle just ain't the same.
It's not.
Let's make sure we do what we can to keep what we have. Maybe even add some. Let's keep this thing going.
There you go.
You guys, I am Big Ron Jones with Dr. Shelia
That's me.
with practical advice for your real world goals.